Hello, and welcome back to another week's episode of the 2002 reimagining of the Twilight Zone. And this week we are watching Sanctuary. Now, Sanctuary stars Elizabeth Berkley, who was in Saved by the Bell, both versions of Saved by the Bell actually. And it's about these people who wander essentially into paradise and how they are tempted away from it by the serpent. Now, when I watched this, and they don't make much of a mention of it, they do mention it, but I was wondering, where does the food come from? Where does the fuel come from? They mentioned that there's no electricity, but they have wood for the fire and stuff, and I was just wondering, like, how does that appear? Does it just magically appear in the refrigerator, or they don't have a refrigerator if they don't have electricity? Yeah, it's a hole. This episode is very biblical. We are talking about the Garden of Eden here, after all, the garden story. And it isn't the first time that we've visited sort of a Garden of Eden. There is an old episode called Probe 7 Over and Out from the 60s, which touches on pretty much the same thing. When there is some temptation with the phone, you can hear a wasp in the background. So it's sort of denoting the badness of all this stuff. When the serpent is finally revealed, she is green screened against that lovely little storm back there. I guess that's the best way to go about it, because if you have a projection screen, the colors will wash out. So this way they could shoot her against a green screen, chroma it out, and then project the image of the storm with full color on it. So I guess that's the best way to go about it. This is also one of the episodes that do not mention the Twilight Zone, which is a bit rare. Most of them will. Next week, we are going to simply walk away from our futures and walk into someone else's. I look forward to seeing you then. Take care now.